morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to break all the rules I set for myself. You see, by the time you read this, watch this, that's the one, watch this, it's going to be nearly 10 o'clock at night in the UK, maybe later. And I don't generally upload videos this late, and I don't generally upload more than 2 videos in a day, but there is big news about Prismatic Evolutions, so what am I going to do? Not share it with you immediately? Nah, mate, doesn't sound like wussy. Now, what we've essentially got is confirmation of all 9 of the Eevees having special illustration rares, and I've not got the best images, but I've got images of all 9 of the Eeveelutions and their special illustration rares. They are real, they are legit, they have been shown off by Smith's Toys over in the UK. How did this happen? Well, I've told you that one of the products coming for Prismatic Evolutions is this poster collection. And initially, we didn't even get a picture of this poster collection, we got nout. But then a couple of retailers went and dropped pics, and they were like, oh, okay, fine, here's what the box looks like. Oh, and here are the promos. It's the Gen 1 Eeveelutions, your Jolteon, your Flareon, your Vaporeon. These are the alternate art cards that you actually knew were coming because you'd seen them in Japan. There we go, there's your confirmation. Are you happy now? And we went, well, what about the poster? And the stores went, okay, fine, here's one side of it. And it's clearly the side that shows you nothing. And it seemed like a pretty obvious, pretty deliberate thing, where they were like, look, you can see the side that shows you nothing, you're not seeing the other side. Because if we have a look at the 151 poster collection, one side of it was just, hey, here's 151 Pokemon in coloured silhouettes, yeah. And the other side of it was every Pokemon card, not trainer, but every Pokemon card in the set. Here's all the artwork. Oh, and by the way, confirmation of and images of the EXs with their attacks and everything. So you can see why one side of that is showing nothing and the other side is showing a lot. So when we were shown one side of the one from Prismatic Evolutions, I went, well, all right then. They're showing us the side that shows us nothing. The other side must have some tasty stuff on it. I'll wait to see what that is later. Well, it is later. And there is some tasty stuff on it. And it is, as I mentioned a second ago, all 9 special illustration rare Eeveelutions. Oh, and an image of each Eeveelution, which is maddeningly inconsistent. Seriously, you've got like the Eevee, just a regular one from Surging Sparks, and then the Umbreon is the new reprint from Prismatic Evolutions, which is cool. And the Espeon is a new reprint from Prismatic Evolutions, which is cool. And then you've got like the Leafeon, which is the regular non-reprint. And then you've got things like the Vaporeon, which is the one from 151. Which, okay, maybe that's to be expected. But my point is, some of them are the reprints and some of them are the old ones. And it's just a bit weird and inconsistent. Doesn't really matter. It's just a bit annoying to me on a personal level. But that's not really what we're worried about today. What we're really worried about today are these special illustration rares. Now, I showed you literally just earlier today that the surprise, in fact like 2 hours ago, that the surprise box promos are in fact just the regular cards, but they've got a new stamp. They've got the set logo stamp on it. So these cards aren't coming from there. These are going to be in the set as a whole. One of the things these are going to do is guarantee that this set is an absolute monster hit. Remember in the pre-release, I told you that we were officially told that there would be, and I quote, 32 special illustration rare Pokemon EX and supporter cards. We knew some special illustration rares were coming. We knew that they were going to be in, well, presumably Terastal Festival in Japan, and then brought over here, but they hadn't been shown off yet. We had no information, we weren't told what they were. Well, Smiths have gone and uploaded their product images, and they've gone and showed us both sides of the poster, and like I say, it's been listed on Smiths. Smiths are a big retailer over in the UK. We're not talking about a small store that might be, trying something for a bit of fun. No. This is one of like the biggest online stores in the UK that sell this kind of stuff. So there's no question as to whether or not this is legit. This is legit. This is real. It is confirmed. This has gone up, like I say, on smithstoys.com in the UK. That is one of the biggest retailers in the UK. So with that in mind, what have we got? Well, like I say, I don't have perfect images. I wish I did. I have spoken to the smartest people I know in this regard, who have assured me that what I've got is in fact the largest possible image that can be gleaned from what is on the Smiths website. So with that in mind, let's go and have a look. There are 9 of them, and I think it's fair to say the big one's going to be Umbreon. Umbreon's always been like the big one of the Eeveelutions. It's the most popular. It is the best as well, to be fair. But the thing is, we had the Moonbreon card in Evolving Skies. And what that basically did was take Umbreon from already the most popular of the Eeveelutions to borderline mythical status, and people are just going to assume that's going to carry on. And even if Umbreon wouldn't have gotten to those heights, because people assume it will get to that heights, it will therefore be pushed to those heights. Which is bizarre, but that is unfortunately the way things work. Even if something shouldn't end up that high, it will end up that high because people will push it up there if they think it should be there. Now, obviously, I'm using the Japanese scans of the regular cards because the English images we've got on the Smiths website are quite small, but we can at least show them off. And we've got just a beautiful picture of Umbreon here. It is absolutely lovely and stunning and wonderful. And I think a lot of these are going to be very popular. Yes, I know the images we have are small. Yes, I know the images we have are not ideal. As I've told you, I am doing the very best I can with what I have. Now, if we're looking at Umbreon, maybe we should have a look at Espeon, their partner in crime, do it as a little bit of a pair. And if you're an Espeon fan, you are going to be loving this one. You'll notice they're all very much the Terra Pokemon here. So they've all got the gems floating around and all of that. Obviously, we've got Eevee here as well. Eevee gets an EX, Eevee gets a special illustration rare. We get ourselves Sylveon, who doesn't have a little partner, and that makes me a little bit sad. Sylveon, of course, came around in Gen 6 as just a one-of. So sorry about that. Sylveon is popular and adorable. I think this one might end up being quite popular. We've got ourselves Leafeon, which looks honestly really cool. I like this one. This one's lovely. And then we've got Leafeon's friend Glaceon, just, I don't know, jumping? Is it jumping? Let's say it's jumping. The best of the Gen 1 Eeveelutions, Flareon, which for what it's worth is one of my favourites here. I like this artwork. We've then got Vaporeon. Does anyone like Vaporeon? Like, I know we all like Vaporeon, but I mean, is anyone's favourite Eeveelution Vaporeon? I'm just going to go ahead and say probably not. And then we got Jolteon, and look, it's a Jolteon card. It's going to be mostly yellow with some lightning-shaped flashes because that's what every Jolteon card does. And I don't say that as a negative. That's what Jolteon does. And that's what we've got in terms of the artworks. Yes, I wish I could show you a higher quality image of all of them. You know that as time goes by, better quality images will come out. And when that happens, I will share them with you. That's the kind of thing that I do. But for now, we've got images of these being put on a website of a large retailer. We know that they are legit because, again, it's Smiths Toys in the UK. And this is pretty huge news. The fact that all the Eeveelutions are getting illustration rares, even if I didn't have, these little images of them, that would still be huge news that all of the Eeveelutions were confirmed to be getting these. But you know what? I can show you that as well, and that's kind of awesome. But now it's over to you guys. Tell me how excited you are at the prospect of all of these getting a special illustration rare. Tell me which ones are your favorite, both in terms of the artwork, in terms of the Eeveelution, and in terms of anything else. Tell me, frankly, anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Tamberlin, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.